He draws out, the cigarette smoke trail spins. Thoughts crowd the room till it's only him. He feel it, he lives for it. Spent half a life pushing it forward, what he wouldn't give for it. Saw naysayers put in their places. Feels like he's scaling foothills to greatness. Holding all four aces, he braced for the next few years, being some for the ages. No time to heed, pride come before the fall. For now we shine, all rose, no thorn. Full bloom like his plans foolproof. High noon, sun beaming, spoke too soon. Dark clouds scream towards his door, and a house of cards that can't stand in a storm. Wind picked up, sunshine stopped. The world came down with the very first drop. So light me up like a cigarette, just let me burn. Catch fire and burn, catch fire and burn. Light a spark and ignite it in the dark. So when I'm no more, they'll know I was here before. So let me just burn. Still gunning, beaten but refused to be broken. What some call delusion or others call focus. Man, he's focused, came back for the re-up. Now's not the time to kick back with his feet up. Stands in the rain with his face to the heavens and his arms outstretched from the pain that he let in. World keep kicking hard, ain't gonna get him. He's willing to fight and die for the path that he heads in. And that's a bittersweet faith, knowing highs and lows will come, boy, but them's the breaks. It's pride, it's madness, it's seeing what others can only imagine, then reaching out to grab it, saying I can say whatever comes happens, but I followed my heart, goddamn it. Exposed the reality to magic, it's hope and that's all it is. He walked through fire, it's all he came back with, saying light me up like a cigarette, just let me burn. Catch fire and burn, catch fire and burn. Light a spark and ignite it in the dark. So when I'm no more, they'll know I was here before. So let me just burn. Come what may, some memories fade, but some stay as vivid as the moment they were made. Dreams of the days where he stood like a mountain. It's been a while since then, but who's counting? He lies awake, lies in wait for the light of the morning to bless him and shine again. Summon the rise of the fallen, laces tied, come back trail, still walking. Lives for it, lifetime on a mission for a man. There ain't a thing he didn't give for it. Make a bet till his last sunset. He'll be pushing for the light, maybe he ain't done yet. Head held high, slow dance through his hell. Still a point there, he's gotta prove to himself. And beat drop, same songs on next. So he sparks up a cigarette, takes a deep breath and says, light me up like a cigarette, just let me burn. Catch fire and burn, catch fire and burn. Light a spark and ignite it in the dark. So when I'm no more, they'll know I was here before. So let me just burn. So light me up like a cigarette and just let me burn. Catch fire and burn, catch fire and burn. Strike a spark and ignite it in the dark. So when I'm no more, they'll know I was here before. So let me just burn.
Oh yeah, this is going out to my dirty, rotten scoundrels, my scumbags. One day I'll be a whole grave, even with the whole mages on the wall, reminiscing about the old days. They were yelling, slow down, we were yelling, no way. Work hard till the soul aches. The postmodernist old scholar, I flow harder than Joe Strummer. The coyote and the road runner. I smoke ganja with soul brothers like J. Cole. Halo shining like radioactive yayo. Take note of my theories like Plato. Fucking with pigs, you get bombed like Grey Ghost. Scapegoat of mediocrity's hey-ho. Shouts to my homeboys, yes, and Dame aware. Fundamentally like toxic chemistry. Dropping sedatives in shots of kerosene. Wake up with the loss of memory in a prison cell with choppers staring at me. I need therapy like Rian Grundy on New Year's Eve after eating mushies. We put the motherfucking P in, party like jungle juice spiked with eating barley. One day I'll be a whole grave, and with the whole mages on the wall, reminiscing about the old days. Open the door and explore, explore. Then we yelling, slow down, we were yelling, no way. Work hard till the soul aches. Open the door and explore, you can't go wrong. Metaphysically getting dizzy like rascal. Heads giving me negative creativity is vital. Every city left my dignity on a bar stool. Getting jiggy while I was busy in the last night's a mystery flight to St. Amelia. Kicked out the SP, slept in Seguda. Random, looking like Chechen gorilla. You're a cunt, I said I don't drink tequila. One pivotal, uncivil Australian. Jump kicking a thug's digital alias. Young, lyrical, dumb, cynical craniums. Getting sung by the subliminal radiance. I bring a higher conscious like a microscopic eye of horror painted on the wings of a flying object. Fire up your psychological fiber optics and let the good times roll like hydroponics. One day I'll be a whole grave and with the whole mages on the wall reminiscing about the old days. Open the door and explore. Then we yelling slow down, we were yelling no way. Work hard to the soul aches. Open the door and explore. You can't go wrong. The elixir of life in a sage's tablet, prescribed in the text of an ancient tantra. Sufis entranced by the vapor's magic. Holy oil written in the sacred chapters. Cannabis sativa, the Shiva's charis. Shaman buried with a key of hashish. Seems like every religion on the atlas. Smoking that shit like Kingsley in the whackness. One day I'll be a whole grave and with the whole mages on the wall reminiscing about the old days. Open the door and explore. Then we yelling slow down, we were yelling no way. Work hard to the soul aches. Open the door and explore. You can't go wrong.
first taste of this obsession. Fresh-faced kid at next level copping lessons. Wide-eyed, I'd stay for hours at a time, just grilling Dr. Fibes like a Q&A session. Pestering him with all types of questions. What's good this week? Who did the beats and who's guesting? I had a part-time job, so I'd work all week, then blow my whole paycheck in a few seconds. And if it had that Oz hip-hop sticker on the front, you could bet I'd pick it up and add it to the collection. Something about the way my native tongue sound over dirty drums was like I found a connection. And looking back now, I bought a lot of classics, but also spent a lot of cash on a lot of whack shit. And if I added it up, I'd probably cringe at the thought, but really I got way more than I bargained for. Cause if I could put an hourly wage on all the time that I've spent locked away with a pen and a page, or every drop of sweat that I shed when I step on a stage, and brother, I'd be getting paid. To some it might sound crazy, but music took me in, taught me and shaped me. And the life lessons learned will break me to worth way more than anyone could pay me. Is it the ticket price at the show? Is it the bandwidth of a download? Everybody's so concerned with the bottom line. This is something you can't measure with a dollar sign. And it can't be bought for no amount. Throw 'em up if you know what I'm talking about. This is something that predates trade and predates money. Something that's as old as time. I know this kid who's been digging through the crates for ages. Born and raised Gold Coast of all places. Ordinary Joe goes by the name of Mark, better known to most as M Faces. They say it ain't where you're from, it's where you're at. Well, this here is proof of that. He worked hard just to master the boom and the bap, till the beat's so fat they make the party people say, good gracious. So he hooked up with some of the finest MCs from across the nation. Did a few joints for some overseas cats, cause you know word spread quick like it's contagious. Hooked up with an agent. Took a CD, your beats to the one-stop shop competition. Stood up and played it. Panel of judges, some of the greatest. And well, what do you know? The whole room went ape shit. Tell me what that's worth. Dollars can't buy respect, cause respect is earned. And I gotta give respect where respect is due. Very few who are testing you wanna talk about dedication, wanna talk about hours spent. I bet he spent a few. So when he hit me up with the track for the compilation, I said I'm down for whatever do. See, this world dictates that we all get paid, cause we all gotta eat. But this here is not for the feet. In my own small way, I'm just trying to pay back everything that music lent to me. I spent my life feeling like I didn't fit into the puzzle. Now people telling me my shit helped them through they struggle. And if you can't respect that, then you either need a slap or a cover. So I'm talking about, is it the ticket price at the show? Is it the bandwidth of a download? Everybody's so concerned with the bottom line. This is something you can't measure with a dollar sign. And it can't be bought for no amount. Throw 'em up if you know what I'm talking about. This is something that predates trade and predates money. Something that's as old as time. Solo know what it's worth. M-Faces knows what it's worth. A Diddy knows what it's worth. Horror Show know what it's worth. My brother Nick Luke, he know what it's worth. Jimmy Nice knows what it's worth. DJ Joyride, he knows what it's worth. Earth Boy knows what it's worth. And my brother Luke Dubs, he know what it's worth. Gusto know what it's worth. Michael Pluto, yo, they know what it's worth. And the herd know what it's worth. Illy Al Murray, he knows what it's worth. Flago knows what it's worth. O-Bass, they know what it's worth. E-Tracks know what it's worth. To you. Ticket price at the show. It's the bandwidth of a download. Everybody's so concerned with the bottom line. This is something you can't measure with a dollar sign. And it can't be bought for no amount. Throw 'em up if you know what I'm talking about. This is something that predates trade and predates money. Something that's as old as time.
crystal waters. You imagine a world without borders. Imagination don't cave to gravity. These dreams pale this insane reality. Let the pressure come, we shine like a setting sun. Like the good times never done. Snapshots with fellas in Prague or a beach in Spain. Umbrella in the glass. Board shorts, long necks, cruise through the night. Summertime cowboys do what they like. Move like the tide. Sure as there's blue in the sky. The youth got the future on side. Her pitch is 1,000 words, but I guess that shit ain't about a verse. So I made an album of photos, an album of music, and can't figure which comes first. Footprints in the sand, change your plans, make a new one, take my hand. We're young, we're live, chasing the memories, not enough time.
So I keep the picture on my wallet of you.
Yeah, I'll leave my footprints in the sand. Change your plans, make a new one, take my hand. We're young, we're live, chasing the memories, not enough time.
So I keep the picture on my wallet of you.
Yeah, from behind dark shades, watching the skies, man. Like the world and the future in my hands. What more can a young man ask for? Good mates and stamps in the passport. Light joints on a lonely beach with a beer and a feed while my hometown's asleep. It's as real as it gets, you can't fake a thing. I moved on but still stop to take it in. I swear, don't care where I'm at. I'll always have time for a laugh with the lads. I keep memories close to my cash, so I'm never too focused on that. And look, I heard pictures 1,000 words, but I guess that shit ain't about a verse. So I made an album of music, an album of photos, and can't figure which comes first. Footprints in the sand, change your plans, make a new one, take my hand. We're young, we're live, chasing the memories, not enough time.
So I keep the picture on my wallet of you.
Yeah, I'll leave my footprints in the sand. Change your plans, make a new one, take my hand. We're young, we're live, chasing the memories, not enough time.
So I keep the picture in my wallet of you.
One in a trillion, in a world where they're gunning civilians, where conspiracies just drop on us like plummeting buildings. Government villains at night, we are renegades who fight under a pilgrim's plight for a better way of life. See, we sail the seas with a sun-stained atlas to escape the day-to-day mental mundane madness that consumes us. It's true, though my real answer lays in stepping back to view life's real gramine. The crucial issues are lost in this crazy world's wealth. How can lust for bucks outweigh one baby girl's health? Through the cyclone, we hit the third world and found heroes with nothing but so everything smiling at ground zero.
In the air, turn to raining rose petals that covers the earth's surface while the children throw pebbles from dreams to things to a crack in the concrete. From a seed to a tree, I'll make it happen at God's speed. Whatever happened to increase the peace, fight the power for people to defeat the beast. Well, it's right here, it's right now, it's anything I plan. It's a poem that proves a point, it's everything I am. So on a rainy day I made my way to the promised land and back. And now it's safe to say in a crazy way this song is where it's at. It's equal versus what wasn't given. Teachers versus the problem children. Evil versus the honest living people versus the politicians. light, the sun will rise. Pure like the thought, if I jump, I'll fly. I am revolution, my path is belief. So how can they possibly stop what they can't even see?
See, they tax the poor, their evil got them coughing up. There's no real freedom under illegal modern mafia. Set the goal to unite, get cocked and take aim. The people are the power to make change, so make way.
Late nights, well they're a synonym for peace. Sitting in a seat while I'm kicking up my feet. Getting school biology, listening to beats. With $2 drunk in the middle of the week. Late nights,
Conscious of the sorrow and pain, promising God that tomorrow will change. Give me your sign and I'll follow your reins. My proclamations are solemnly phrased. Late nights,
Wondering which direction. They say introspective shit's depressing. I think I found inner peace for a millisecond, living to the subtle imperfection of a rhythm section.
on the road to perdition, going too far before I know what's missing. I'm a street light in the global village. My glow flickers like a broken spirit.
Eyes on the hourglass, watching the time slip. Eyes on the hourglass, eyes on the hourglass, watching the time slip. Deep in the dawn light. Eyes on the hourglass, watching the time slip. Eyes on the hourglass, eyes on the hourglass, watching the time slip. Deep in the dawn light.
Late nights.
We ask if it's worth the effort. The work that frees our mind burns our temple, but we gradually settle and learn what's precious, turning desert sands into fertile presence.
Late nights. I get my troubles and leave them behind. Hibernating with the finest cuisine I can find. Nocturnal when I'm at it and sleeping to fire. Another rampant been haunting the streets of the night. Late nights.
Taking my medication like one day we'll be dead and famous. Preservation's a test of patience, and I'm not living up to your expectations.
Late nights. It's when the bright time passes, the starlit darkness at nighttime darkness. It brings memories of teenage shenanigans of being an arrogant young devious larrikin. Late nights.
Watching the stars inhabit the sky. Take a step through the passage of time. Drift off like the planets divide, without a map of our life or a preordained plan to survive.
Eyes on the hourglass, watching the time slip. Eyes on the hourglass, eyes on the hourglass, watching the time slip. Deep in the dawn light. Eyes on the hourglass, watching the time slip. Time slip, time slip, time slip.
Yeah, this track is dedicated to the indigenous people of Australia and the soldiers and the firefighters who protect it. Yeah. The strong stood silent, much harder men wept. Polly's broadcast live from the Parliament steps. City slickers watched on, bush cousins held breath. Hell on their doorstep and only half of them left. I fell asleep that night and dreamt the arsonist bled, and woke up to cries of off with their heads soon drowned by the side of a nation standing proud lockstep. Made me feel there's some issues to address, like those who don't agree with my freedom of choices should at least respect here. They got the freedom to voice it. Media hype, sensationalized poison, divide by our difference, not build common points, but for all from Baghdad to Britain. Ain't feeling our lifestyle and living, pack your bags, good riddance. Can't question our morals, can't query our spirit, cause we know when the fire comes, heroes come with the light. And this is my country, flaws and all, still what our boys overseas at war for. So I'm not hearing what I'm doing the right, cause it's easy to criticize, it's easy to divide, but this is our country, young and free. We the sum of all nations, some of all creeds, yeah. We invite, knowing when it's crunch time, we the sum of our people combined. Yeah, we rise to the problems, we're Australian, the size of our hearts stretch the size of our wallets. From guys on the front lines to guys in the office to the firefighters trying to stop it. We ain't perfect, there's flaws, but in times of crisis we drop it, count the losses. Look to the Southern Cross and pray to whatever God we believe in to offer respite to those left worse off from it. So each Anzac in Australia Day, we celebrate black, white, doesn't matter your race. Whether it's dawn services or Barbies with your mates, I wonder if diggers knew the pride in country they create. State to state, coast to coast, it's hand on heart, reciting the oath. It's a handoff to lighten the load. It's that fair go attitude that says more than anything presidents spoke. And this is my country, flaws and all, still what our boys overseas at war for. So I'm not hearing me and doing the right, cause it's easy to criticize, it's easy to divide, but this is our country, young and free. We the sum of all nations, some of all creeds, yeah. We invite, knowing when it's crunch time, we the sum of our people combined. Come to get a love hearing Europeans talk like we lie beneath them, cause our culture ain't built on galleries and museums. Or put us in arenas, or put us on a beach, or talk freedoms. Ain't a motherfucker gonna beat us now. I'm nothing special, I just rhyme kinda decent, kid. Look to Anzacs for what a leader is. The lucky country, home of the brave bastards who stand up, fight and punch out their weight class. This a note to my home, one love for those whose strength they can't replicate in a photo. For souls in Gallipoli, one love from home and one love for those who shot back on Kokoda. I'm over the anti-odds vibes, let them slide. I'm ashamed as the next man, brother race rise, but I bleed Aussie, so till the planets collide. I'll be a proud motherfucker with my flag raised high. And this is my country, flaws and all, still what our boys overseas at war for. So I'm not hearing we ain't doing the right, cause it's easy to criticize, it's easy to divide, but this is our country, young and free. We the sum of all nations, some of all creeds, yeah. We invite, knowing when it's crunch time, we the sum of our people combined. Come to get the right, yeah. Now I'm not saying we're perfect, we're far from it. But sometimes the bullshit gets in the way of us seeing how good we've actually got it. They wouldn't call it the rock country if it wasn't.
Sign my tits peg. I jumped in a limousine with Assange for WikiLeaks and threw a whiskey bottle at a bunch of dignitaries. People talk a lot of bullshit that's miscellaneous, syndicated across the world so instantaneous. I heard it was raised by dingoes in Australia and might be the missing baby of Lindy Chamberlain. You know the stadium, the haters keep hating him, and people got shit for brains filling their cranium. He's no saint like Mary McKillop, but God knows he's a vicarious spirit.
Man, you ain't hard.
Talking,
man, this shit'll never blow.
Keep talking.
Hip-hop sucks.
Keep talking. I got your whole crew singing the chorus. Bombs away. You know everybody loves to hate. Bomb. Bombs away. You know everybody loves to hate. I heard that he dropped past Windsor Castle, did lines with the chef in the women's bathroom, had a Palmer and chips on a flimsy bar, watching Diane Wood sing soprano. People say he caused a big debacle on the dance floor with an old English couple. He's no saint like Mary McKillop, but God knows he's a vicarious spirit.
Graffiti ain't art.
Keep talking, talking.
Rap music's for thugs.
Keep talking, talking.
DJs are whack.
Keep talking, talking. I got your whole crew singing the chorus. Bomb, bomb.
Bailando pasamos a paz.
Bombs
Bailando
away.
pasamos. Bailando pasamos a
You know
paz.
everybody loves to hate. Bomb, bomb.
Bailando pasamos a paz.
Bombs
Bailando
away.
pasamos. Bailando pasamos a
You know
paz.
everybody loves to hate. Did you hear it through the grapevine? Read it on the internet. Watch it on TV. Receive it as a Twitter text. People said he painted flying pigs on a police station and pulled a peacemaker on a chief mason. Seeking danger like a teenage B-plater. Getting chased by satellites and 3 agents. Cutting the streets like freeways through green acres. In a V8 with 3 Collingwood team players. Don't believe the hype is just a normal guy. People spreading rumors telling porcupines. Today's headline in the New York Times. Red peg sex tape with warnings. Why? It's all lies. People never thought he'd rise. They wrote him off like turbo 4-wheel drives. He's no saint like Mary McKillop, but God knows he's a vicarious spirit. Bomb, bomb.
Bailando pasamos a paz.
Bombs
Bailando
away.
pasamos. Bailando pasamos a
You know
paz.
everybody loves to hate. Bomb, bomb.
Bailando pasamos a paz.
Bombs
Bailando
away.
pasamos. Bailando pasamos a
You know
paz.
everybody loves to hate.
Yeah, it's like that money in my palm. Soon as I spend it, want it. Soon as it's on, I'm off it. Soon as I get it, lost it. It's like the moment compared to staring at pictures of it. It picked you up, then dropped you down. You blink, you missed it. What you watched is so amazing when it's there. When it ain't, it's so unfair. Go from square one to atmosphere and back to hearing. I thought I had it on lock. Turns out you can't restrict it. Can't rush it, can't predict it. That's part and parcel with happiness.
Happiness is fun, but it's momentary. A momentary lapse of reality. Reality is fine for the moment. It can wait. I'm addicted to the chase of my happiness. Happiness is fun, but it's momentary. A momentary lapse of reality. Reality is fine for the moment. It can wait. I'm addicted to the chase of my happiness.
We take that weekend by storm, tick tour dates off tour posters, start that long sleep to sober, then just like that it's over. We party like rock stars, looking down on how kings would live in. Wake up to setting sun, smoke stains on our fingertips, but it's perfect in that moment. We own it, it's ours, no happy ever afters, just happy for right now. So fleeting, so profound, thoughts full in my head. It's nights I won't remember with mates I'll never forget. It's my
Happiness, happiness is fun, but it's momentary. A momentary lapse of reality. Reality is fine for the moment. It can wait. I'm addicted to the chase of my happiness. Happiness is fun, but it's momentary. A momentary lapse of reality. Reality is fine for the moment. It can wait. I'm addicted to the chase of my happiness.
until we hit them highs. Man, they come and go like seasons. I know when it's arrived. Hardly catch it till it's leaving. Hold tight for them up and downs. Hold tight for them up and downs. Hold tight for them up and downs. Hold tight for them up and downs.
Hold tight, hold on, don't slow down. No, no, that's my up and down. That's my up and down. That's my up and down. That's my up and down.
Yeah, ain't no amount of words close to define that feeling. Reality and dreaming, toe that fine line between them. Soon as it got here, it's leaving. Don't know when it's coming around again, but move forward, push towards it. Means justify the end. So we scouring far and wide through love and fear and hurting. But after all that searching, god damn it, it's worth it. Bang the head of the nail. We don't dream to scale. Long as there's wind in my sails, I'ma stay hard on the trail. My happiness.
Happiness is fun, but it's momentary. A momentary lapse of reality. Reality is fine for the moment. addicted to the chase of my happiness.
They say life's not worth living in Burn City. Work 40 hours a week until you turn 60. Earn 50 grand a year, debt for eternity. No sleep, no rest is a certainty. We choose to adhere, pursuing careers like ornamental parades to prove we're sincere. Losing our rights, using our fears. Burn City, one day I'll be moving from here, going back to the cave, the embryonic stage, before the black clouds and atomic rain, before the black wave on Boxing Day, before the man-made economic plague. Burn City lost her way, she's not the same. She forgot about the streets we populate, so we compensate in a lot of ways and intoxicate ourselves to stop the pain.
Burn City.
What happened to the passion we had? I know you like the back of my hand.
Burn City.
I told you I'd be packing my bags if you ever turn your back on my fam.
Burn City.
That's the sound of an angry crowd singing.
Burn this bitch to the ground.
Burn, 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 burn City.
Yeah, I see blue collars sweating their family stressing. I see white collars on antidepressants. I see unemployed looking anxiously restless. Everybody's trying to manage gravity's pressures. Has the standard of living gradually risen? We're like battery hens, mechanically driven, and it's hard to explain like humanity's vision. And who's to blame for the planet's condition? Every day another chapter is written with passionate lyrics. Another character witness is tragically missing. Another young kid's landed in prison. We all slip through the cracks and abandon the system. Burn City, you don't own the streets. We closed our minds and postponed our dreams. You sold us out and promoted greed, but you won't defeat my people's only need. Burn City, what happened to the passion we had? I know you like the back of my hand.
Burn City.
I told you I'd be packing my bags if you ever turn your back on my fam.
Burn City.
That's the sound of an angry crowd singing.
Burn this bitch to the ground.
Burn, 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 burn City.
Yeah, we lose confidence, glued to computer monitors. Worlds apart within a few kilometers. Anonymous expats drifting through the metropolis. Close my eyes, envision a new apocalypse. Revenge of the everyday folk. Burn down the city and regenerate growth. Watch the flames rise like the end of Waco. Skyscrapers fall in a breath of grey smoke. What happened to the cornerstone? You don't celebrate or support your own. There's no tolerance for those who walked alone. Burn City, the city that I call my home.
Burn City.
What happened to the passion we had? I know you like the back of my hand.
Burn City.
I told you I'd be packing my bags if you ever turn your back on my fam.
Burn City.
That's the sound of an angry crowd
We
singing.
gon' burn this bitch to the ground.
Burn, 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 burn City. Well, I made it this far, built it up from scratch. When all things were looking bad, yo, I needed to step back. So I gripped all my senses and I pushed on through. And I got out of that mess and I saw the light.
Yeah. Check it out. This how the shit goes right here. You see, time stops still in the eye of the storm. The foundation of my home where my rhyming was born. It's a rhythmic reality, a remedy through riddles where love's a hurricane. And you meet me in the middle. It's the good, the bad, the house I furnish, the crystal clear sea, the sound I worship, the rush of the city, the calm of the outback, the film called life where my heart is the soundtrack. It's that lucky streak without no warning. It's the memory of cartoons on Saturday morning. It's that classic culture that connects the country through raw energy that reflects we're hungry. It's that timeless feeling that I get on stage. It's those government bills that I'll never pay. It's that fun I have freestyling with my mates. My little getaway that only music can create. Come on.
stop still in the eye of the storm. The foundations of my home where my rhyming was born. It's a rhythmic reality, a remedy through riddles where love's a hurricane and they meet me in the middle. It's the exotic breeze at the festival night shows, that hot sweaty air with the twist of that hydro. It's the power of my passion, the picture my pen paints, caressing the canvas to put my click in the zen states. That zone with my thought, the peace when it's starlit, that blazing fireplace, bare feet on the carpet, or sitting on my porch where this one sways freely, and right through the night until the sun rays greet me. It's the past love still cooking inside. It's that warm fuzzy feeling when I look in her eyes, pouring out my heart and soul when I'm flipping the gems, just catching my dreams lost in Pulp Fiction again. It's like gets me by and gets me high. Yeah, it's watching flicks with my chick making love on the sofa. It's the bread that I can't afford to chuck in the toaster. It's the real that nothing comes close to. It's finally getting bliss to puff on the doja. Yeah, on more than one occasion we're sure to come and blaze one. When it's heavy hit the hay at home, a horizontal haven. It's an echo to eternity that still hits live. It's life, a beautiful journey on a Bill Hicks ride. It's the chemistry, the brightest light, the eighth wonder, the recipe of dynamite and Blade Runner. It's the truth that justifies this. It's the father I have and the mother I miss. It's the love through my pencil when I feel the beat. It's 40,000 going mental on Secure the Beach. It's 3 kids in a club down the alley that was sounding ill, to march on through the valley of 1,000 hills. To march on through the valley of 1,000 hills. To march on through the valley of 1,000 hills.
I talk a good one, but know that beyond that, I know I would never have made it without you. And I know there ain't much I can do to repay that. The reason I made it through, all I can say is thank you. I talk a good one, but know that beyond that, I know I would never have made it without you. And I know there ain't much I can do to repay that. The reason I made it through, all I can say is this life is crazy, ain't it, huh? From temperamental teenage days, seemed like all roads led to blazing up. Put my O's through shit deeper than a bass guitar. I couldn't play, but I wrote. And although my poor folks tried it all, still causing a toll, a borderline war zone within the walls of their home. All out of love, me risking my future. They watching all of it, so desperate to help, being forced to let go. Now I know my story's no different to most, and I'm not saying I've done more than the average Joe, just making it known what happened here. How many parents you know could go through that and still back their son's rap career? The case ain't closed and fate saw me come good. Mr. Magistrate, turns out chasing the dream is worth the battle pain. This for those who walked me to my first school day and who'll be right there when I graduate. Thank you, I had to say it. Yeah, I talk a good one, but know that beyond that, I know I would never have made it without you. And I know there ain't much I can do to repay that. The reason I made it through, all I can say is thank you. I talk a good one, but know that beyond that, I know I would never have made it without you. And I know
Another one down. that poster. Normally I don't do this, I'm gonna let you guys sing this part, alright? Now maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to hear you from all the way over here. If you're up there, I want to hear you sing it. Let me hear you sing, I do. Take me, baby. Sing, I do. Take me, love. Oh, oh, oh.
Traveling highways, dirt roads and everything in between. Just another version of home. Melburnian show steal. I feel I'm worthy but no, don't always work according to plan. Gotta learn as you go, and I found life's a game of inches. I'm still playing, gaining digits, making calls. If I fail, never blame it on indifference. Since when train missions to obese were every teenage listener's rite of passage. Distant banging, boom bap there and back. I remember wagging to visit. Imagine me when a chance was given to weave my own stories in a 4A is-its. Couldn't wake me up with pinches. If the launch opened the door, then the block party blew it off the hinges. Fast forward a year and it's my second LP, but I'm Victorian, baby, already coming after 3. Don't worry about me, I'm straight. Rep my city by the bay, spread love all day, every day. And all I know is that I love our music. I rep my town, we stand too strong. Here to ever step down, now they all hooked. I never change, let them know that it's all good. Same number, same mood, and I love our music. I rep my town, we stand too strong. Here to ever step down, now they all hooked. I never change, let them know that it's all good. Same number, same mood. I'm paying forward all the chances that the Melbourne scene gave me. Represent for them, even if it ain't reciprocated. To the kids with a dream, writing rhymes to make their statement. This is where hard work and a lot of heart can take it. In fact, I barely began. With steady hands and my plan, craft mine for the fam and the friends and the fans. But they don't need me to tell them, they've already planted the flag for hip-hop on burnt copies of American bands. I'm in the Bayside, sunshine, repping for the Frankston line. And that's where I'ma be residing when they call time. This culture of kings kept me honest when I had a dream. A ballpoint pen and nothing in my wallet. Swore if I got a hold of what I wanted, I'd be bringing it home. And I'ma work fingers to bone to keep the promise. This is one love for the kids still struggling. Melbourne City, bar none, but nothing. All I know is that I love our music. I rep my town, we stand too strong. Here to ever step down, now they all booked. I never change, let them know that it's all good. Same number, same mood, and I love our music. I rep my town, we stand too strong. Here to